Hello, Dancers YouTube. Today, I will be drawing like random faces because like I wanna start learning mouse style. So yeah, we just as you can probably see on my tablet over there, there is like a little video here that helps me like sort the steps to how to create my own art style. So yeah, we'll just learn how to draw like different like faces. That's basically the first step in the whole thing. Just trying to draw your own face. Just drawing a blank head specifically, not just your own face, just drawing like a blank head. Just drawing this, putting the circles here. That's pretty off. So yeah, today I kind of want to talk about like different movies I like. Just like I've seen like a couple of movies. Like most of them are on streaming, like Amazon and Netflix, all that. And yeah, I kind of prefer like my some physical movies. Like I do own like some like physical films, specifically collections. Like specifically like a couple like of single films and others like sort of like collections. Just like the collections I have are like three of them are like I have three collections. Like one of them is like the Riddick trilogy. The other one is the Blade trilogy. Well, one of them is like a six movie like a little DVD of like a bunch of classic Universal monster movies. The Invisible Man, Wolfman, Frankenstein, Bride of Frankenstein, Dracula, all that. And yeah, I really like those films. They're pretty good. And yeah, but I've been and I like to watch the movies. I'm not really like a big series guy. I haven't really gotten into anime. Not mainly because like it's because I don't like anime, but mainly because like a good chunk of it are like series. Of a bunch of like different series. Because I don't know. It's just can't really like pay. It's just something about like a series that kind of like makes me like not want to watch the thing. Goddamn chin. And yeah, like I don't really know how to describe it. It's just like the only like series like really active like anime series I really catch up on is JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. That's because I when I first started it's like pretty interesting. Like it's a pretty good like so like when people like say like oh it's a pretty good show, yeah, believe them, it is a good show. Like granted I might like read some of it if it's a manga or something, but like yeah, like I might if I'm going to watch anime, it's probably going to be like some like 2000s, 90s, like old like anime horror film, something like that. Yeah, because like I've seen like an animated like film, like can't really say if it's anime. I mean, it was like sort of like how do you call it? Like outsourced to like a little anime company. It was some anime company or companies, I believe. It's Dante's Inferno, the animated film. Like they I believe it was released before the game or something. Like I don't fully know, but yeah, it's a yeah, I like that movie. It was pretty good. Yeah. I thought it was a pretty good film. I and also like I really don't like review like movies because I find it like easier to say like to show like and talk about why I like comics better than say a movie. Considering I can like I have the thing like on me, like I can show people like why I like it, why I can show them why I think it looks good. Other than like a film or like it can be quite just it can be quite hard to like describe like why I like the film. And I like it, and I like a bunch of different movies. I can like stuff from like Rob Zombie, which I feel like I wouldn't say it's like one of my definitely favorite like directors at the moment. He's like I've seen like his many different like some films of his. I've seen 31, House of Thousand Corpses, Three from no, not the film. The Devil's Rejects. That's what I meant to say. I haven't seen the Flavor Mill. Heard it's not as good as the first two of the Firefly trilogy. Apologies for my mispronunciation. And I've also seen his Lords of Salem. Like uh, for my if you want my personal review on it, like 31's it's definitely like my favorite. 31 is definitely my favorite Rob Zombie movie because it's just as I don't know, it's like kind of like everything that expect in like a little Rob Zombie film. It's just a bunch of insanity and like it's all cranked up to 11. And it's like a wild it's like a wild roller coaster. It's just you're just on it and it don't let go. And that's the best I can describe like most Rob Zombie films. Oh yeah, I've also seen like Rob Zombie's two Halloween movies. You know, the reboot he did for Halloween. Yeah, I've seen both of them. I kind of like I like the first one better. Which fun fact, I've seen someone upload the entire thing, and I mean the entire thing on YouTube. Like granted, I did like just put it in the background while I was drawing one time, so I don't fully know if it's like censored, if it has like some parts like cut out, because it's a Rob Zombie film, and it's a YouTube can be like, and YouTube might have like a yeah, like could potentially have a heart attack if it ever detects like a Rob Zombie film. But yeah, like I kind of like it. It's a yeah, like they're pretty good. Like probably one of the only good like quote the only good like quote unquote shocking films, because I don't know, like is this how like the characters interact that I kind of like it. I prefer to like say other like these shocking films where like I haven't seen them myself, nor will I ever watch them, but I've heard like some weird stuff. These like quote unquote like classics. These they basically from what I've heard, they're basically just people getting like assaulted, having and just like some really like bad like just some really bad stuff to like just no plot. It's just all like gore and no plot, which is kind of like what really derives me. It's like sure, I kind of like it when like people just explode into like pieces, and then just it just like explode into pieces in a movie. Like woohoo, that's interesting. But yeah, it's kind of like prefer like a plot reason why that guy exploded instead of this. Oh look, he exploded. Just I would like a plot reason why that happened. Yeah. So yeah, that's what I'm gonna say. Yeah, like I've been pretty interested in like some grindhouse films. Like you can find like a lot of those in like a lot of playlists. Like people upload like entire grindhouse films in like and like some on like different playlists. You can like just find them. Just search up like grindhouse films, and you can find like playlists filled with like full with the full movies. Like well more or less the full movies. Like some of them may have be some parts like cut out because grindhouse films like they're not like you may think they're mainly horror, but no, they cover like a whole bunch of genres like action, romance, all that. And yeah, but it does like have a lot of horror films in it, and those, and and like they're usually like just low budget films that were made in a shoestring budget, and if you say just those films were inflation right now, they'll probably like cost like at least like a good some good like running shoes or work boots, something like that. But yeah, it is. There's like a bunch of those old films, and a lot of them tend to not be very family friendly. So yeah, don't maybe if you're gonna watch those, maybe have like watch it with like a movie night with some of your boys and not your boys or your girls, and not like with your family. Because trust me, if you unless you want your unless you want your to have your grandma reunite with your grandpa, then it's probably like a bad idea to show her like those old grindhouse films. Yeah, 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 and like grindhouse films don't just usually have like those like like low nobody like movies that only like five people know. Like no, those they have like a Halloween. Those like Halloween Texas Chainsaw, like the Friday 13th series. All those ones. Basically, they have made with like a almost no like just very low budget. Like granted, it's still like thousands of like $1,000, but not like say like $1,000 in like $1,000 in like a well made like film. Just like like it's like it could still be quote unquote expensive, but like they call nowhere near as like those like big budget films like even at the time. Just like like they're just they're like low budget like films that like are just that'll just I don't know how to describe it. Just low budget films that have like that were like made out of shoestring and dreams. That's the best I could describe them. Just shoestring and dreams. That. So yeah, yeah. And the thing is that they're called grindhouse films. Because it's mainly because not just like the material they have, but also because back in the day there were these quote unquote there were these not quote unquote there were these things called grindhouse theaters, and that's where those said things that would said films that I told you like that's where those films would actually be shown in, and they were often just often low budget like just cheap those cheaply made movies that often like just were made with with shoestrings and dreams. Yeah, yeah, and like yeah, like Yeah, like I said, like Grindhouse films, like they do offer like a lot of like different genres, like action, horror, romance, all that stuff. You know, just yeah. Granted, it's like much more like extreme than than you probably would like it. So unless you feel want to challenge, play a game versus roulette while you're with your parents, then that's right. And now watch some grindhouse films on YouTube because a good chunk of them are like just straight up fully re-uploaded. And safe to say, not many of them will not many of like the directors or like production companies really care if you upload them. I guess granted, you probably won't see like the original Halloween or Texas Chainsaw or Friday the 13th. You probably ain't going to see like any of them on YouTube. Not many due to the content, but many because they're just those like really big films. Obvious the moment you press upload, that video is gonna get annihilated on site. The only I guess like the only way you can really watch a full Halloween like film from the franchise is like I said, somebody uploaded Rob Zombie's Halloween fully on YouTube. Yeah, granted, I didn't really know fully if it was the actual full version or like they cut out some parts because it's a Rob Zombie film. But yeah, it's out on YouTube if you want to check it out. I even have it on like my good ass horror playlist, all that. There's some other films. Yeah, yeah, speaking of like big budget films, I also like to watch some of those. One of them, one film is like probably the most modern film I've ever seen was the 2024, I believe. Yeah, the 2024 Nosferatu, and I've seen the original, which is also on YouTube. You actually find like a whole bunch of silent films on YouTube, Fan of the Opera, Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde, obviously, and obviously the movie that people say is the first horror movie, the Cabinet of Dr. Caligari, which I say before, it's people say it's supposed to be the first ever horror film. And yeah, I can see how people like, and yeah, watching it, yeah, I kind of liked it. Granted, yeah, the old silent film, so there might be like a bit so it might be a bit picky if you like prefer color and sound, but like from what I saw like on the videos, like the videos I've seen on there's this version of Cabinet of Dr. Caligari that was like longer and it had like color in it, and the version I saw on like Nosferatu was it did have some color. There's even this version of Nosferatu that has the goth metal band Typo Negative have like songs being played over it. So yeah, there's even that if you want to check it out. There's even that if you want to check that out. And yeah, kind of like Typo Negative and that band. I don't listen to them a lot because I prefer industrial metal, but yeah, that's like a little yap session for another time. Yeah. So anyways, I was gonna say yeah, but like I also like to watch big budget movies like other big budget films I've seen was well, obviously I've said before Blade, like the Blade trilogy. There's Riddick Running 2. I haven't seen the third one, which is titled Riddick, and I also haven't seen like the anime film, I've also the anime so far, which also I've seen funnily enough I've seen a lot of like was a popular trend among like those 2000s specifically man versus monster action films. They just they would just have they will often sometimes have I don't know if it's will be before the release or after the release. They would often have a little extra DVD of them on a little like adventure that's supposed to be canon in their universe. So something like that. I know there was some for Van Helsing. There was I don't know, there was a sort of Van Helsing Underworld, which I've also seen somebody upload the whole first movie on first movie on YouTube. I will not show where it is, but yeah, just know that somebody just straight up uploaded the first the entirety of the first Underworld in on YouTube. So it's there for you to watch it if you want to see it. I'm thinking about watching it, but there are also a lot of other films I kind of want to watch. But yeah, there's a yeah. Speaking of anime, Underworld, Van Helsing, there's I believe I'll say Stay Before Riddick, and even Supernatural that popular 20 season 20 whole ass season TV. So that even had a little anime series. So yeah. But also the another funny thing is that apparently they even did a crossover with Scooby Doo, which I did not even know happened. So yeah, it's up for you to granted apparently the sword itself is still pretty much still mature, so you probably still can't show it to any younglings. So yeah. just going to drop a bit more of these little hits, just because it's a better to put the film. Yeah, okay. Yeah, it's really the chins that kind of like screw with me because I'm just trying to draw this. Like, I know the video showed me like different types of chins, but I'm just mainly focusing on this one for today because just I just just to not break my little yap session. Anyways, what else would I want to say about movies? Yeah, just it's kind of like movies in general, like specifically like horror and like kind of like starting to like this little like action horror subgenre. Just people find monsters and stuff like like say like Van Helsing. There was Overlord, Van Helsing Overlord. There's Blade, Van Helsing Overlord, Blade. Like just I kind of like sound like action horror a bit. Just yeah, yeah, like yeah, I kind of like both like those two like little subgenres of film as well. Not really subgenres though. It's like supposed to be a micro genre. That's what I believe it's supposed to be. Oh, but yeah, just going to draw a few more heads, and then yeah, just going to talk about more about movies. And yeah, like I'm pretty sure like I safe to say like my top films definitely gotta be like my main top three films might just be like House of a Thousand. Well, number one will be Jeepers Creepers. Two will be like well, actually let me say my top five. Like apologies. Yeah, my top five would definitely gotta be number one is definitely Jeepers Creepers. Number two is I'd say probably like Jeepers Creepers two, which it is on like YouTube, like not like full, not like somebody uploaded it, but like you can watch it. I guess I'm recording this. Like you can watch the whole thing on YouTube with ads with YouTube movies on the little like subsection they have. And there's yeah, Jeepers Creepers one. Yeah, number two would be like Jeep, Jeepers Creepers two. Number three, I'd say that gotta be like Van Helsing because so a lot of people didn't really like it, but like I liked it. Like I like the whole story. It's sure it can be generic, and so there is some like you have to suspend some disbelief on some parts, but it's still a pretty good movie. It's still a pretty good movie, and like I've even seen like the animated sort that one. That one is not on YouTube, but like it you can probably find it on some sites. Just gotta dig through. Gotta dig through some stuff. Yeah, and yeah, like anyway, so yeah, there was one. Yeah, Jeepers Creepers one, two, three, and two, and then those Van Helsing. Like I haven't. Oh, speaking of Jeepers Creepers, I haven't seen the third one, and I obviously know the whole like. Yeah, I obviously know the whole like controversy between Jeepers Creepers and like its director, but you know what they say, separate art from artists, and what really sucks about the whole like controversy with the director is that apparently he did that crime in his like first in his debut film, like literally his debut film. He wasn't even trying to like hide it. He was already a monster from the first film. And yeah, like if you go and watch the like Jeepers Creepers, I'm just gonna say this out loud. Just pirate the thing, like Victor Salva, like the director. He's a bad person. Just pirate. Make sure he don't get no cast in. And I haven't seen like Jeepers Creepers 3 or the reboot Jeepers Creepers Reborn, but I've heard that those two just suck. They're just bad. Just go Jeepers Creepers 1, 2, and make sure you pirate them. They do not give like Victor Salva any money in it. And if you want it on DVD, maybe like look for it on eBay where somebody like already owned it and it's like now we selling it. Just because the good movies is just the director's a bad person. And anyways, tangent aside, what like films here? Yeah, but so Van Helsing. Then definitely it's gonna be like House of a Thousand Corpses because yeah, like yeah, that I like the Rob Zombie films. Like he's definitely one of my favorite directors right now. Like I haven't seen like his like I know there's one down on Netflix, but right now I can't really access Netflix at the moment. But yeah, there's this film that it's called The Monsters, and it's supposedly a family friendly movie. Yeah, Rob Zombie made a family friendly movie, which is yeah, which I've heard like mixed like results about it, but like some like mixed like like reviews. But you I might maybe I'll check it out. Maybe I might have to look at some sites. There's so anyways, House of Corpses number four and number five. Yeah, I can't really say what will be my number five. Not gonna lie, Dove. Yeah, yeah, number five. But there's a lot of movies I like, but I guess it will be like Blade 2. I've only seen once. Might watch it I'm watch it today again later. But yeah, that's my little like review on like my top five like films. Like Jeepers Creepers one, Jeepers Creepers two, Van Helsing, House of a Thousand Corpses, and Blade two. You know, and they're all good movies. You know, just you can look them up. And yeah, I guess you know, after I draw this head, that will be it for my little yap session. So after this, up by here, these two ears, up by here, up by there. There we go. So yeah, thank you all for watching. Thank you all for hearing my little psychotic ramblings. And okay, good. Bye bye now.